Hi everyone, Bernard here on behalf of MovieGameNostalgia.com with another little movie review, and we've got a sequel to a sequel. So we've got a number 3 here, number 3 in a series. So we've got a little film called Deep Blue Sea 3, and there's no subtitle, that's just it. Deep Blue Sea, very free, very boring. Well, I've not seen any sort of subtitle anyway, so please go and have a look at that today. Please, if you're new to the channel, push that notification button, push the subscribe button. Please tell your friends about this little channel for movie vlogs, and I try and a little bit of entertainment, a little bit of fun to the thing, and my little personal experiences, etc. Please tell your friends, and let's get the subscribers up. That'll be absolutely fantastic. Yeah, Deep Blue Sea 3, 15 rating, an hour and 39. It's actually, I think it's due out in the next couple of weeks. I'm recording this on the 4th of August, so it should be out in the next couple of weeks. I might have a date later on, I'm not too sure. I'll have a look when we go through this. It's an hour and 39 minutes. Of course, an action sci-fi horror. And of course, the third instalment of Deep Blue Sea film series, and a direct sequel to Deep Blue Sea 2 from 2018. And strangely enough, I thought I'd watched it, and I just rewatched the trailer of Deep Blue Sea 2, and it didn't ring any bells, so I don't think I've watched it. So I've ended up watching Deep Blue Sea 3 before I've watched Deep Blue Sea 2. And being a big shark film fan, even the silly ones, I quite like the shark films, I must admit, even the Sharknadoes of this world and Jaws 3, etc. I mean, I do enjoy those movies, I must admit. So I'm a bit biased, but yeah, they can be a bit crappy. But I do enjoy a good shark movie, or a bad shark movie even. Directed by John Pogue, written by Dirk Blackman. It stars Tanya Raymond, of course, from Lost, and was she in Goliath? Is it a new series with Billy Bob Thornton, is it in that one? I'm not sure. Goliath, you probably know better than me. I can't remember. So much TV stuff. And Nathaniel Buzelik, or Buzelich, if you pronounce it like that, and Emerson Brooks. What's it about? Well, Dr. Emma Collins, obviously played by Tanya Raymond, really well. I mean, she does all this thing together, to be honest with you. It's enjoyable watching her in action anyway. Dr. Emma Collins and her team are spending their third summer on the island of Little Happy, studying the effects of climate change on the great white sharks who come to the nearby nursery every year to give birth. Along with the last two inhabitants of this former fishing village, their peaceful life is disrupted when a scientific team led by her ex-boyfriend and marine biologist Richard show up looking for 3 bull sharks, who we soon learn aren't just any bull sharks. Yeah, and it's a direct sequel to obviously Deep Blue Sea 2. So if I'd watched that, I might have a bit more idea about these bull sharks. But there you go. I've watched them out of order, but based on what I've seen, a lot of people didn't like number 2 anyway, but there you go. Any good? Well, Rotten Tomatoes, 67%. That's not bad, is it? Only 6 ratings, so it's not a massive sample, is it? 4 fresh and 2 rotten, so at least it's positive on Rotten Tomatoes. The audience, not as positive. I mean, I've seen a couple of audience comments that are quite complimentary, but it's only getting a 45% rating on the audience ratings on Rotten Tomatoes, based on 29 reviews. So if you look, obviously we always look, don't we? We always look at Internet Movie Database, and there's more reviews on there, almost 1,200 as and when I'm recording this. And Internet Movie Database rating just 4.6 out of 10 again. So again, not fantastic. You got little comments. I'll have a look through here. You got a 7 out of 10 from Skip on the 30th of July 2020. He headlined "Fun and very exciting sequel. I really enjoyed this one. It's not on the same level as the original." One of my favourites, the original Deep Blue Sea, I'll tell you that now. But it's a worthy sequel with some great shark scenes and some good acting by the stunning, almost painfully beautiful Tanya Raymond. Or Raymond, how do you pronounce that? She really carried most of the movie and brought a surprising gravitas in her role. Yeah, I echo that. She isn't the little girl from Lost anymore, but has matured, and it shows in her acting and what she brings to the table. The other lead actor from the originals did a fine job as well. This is a lower budget version in the trilogy, so don't expect things on a grand scale, but there are many thrilling moments, and Tanya is just a treat to watch. A fun movie that does very well with what it has. I think we've got a bit of a Tanya fan there. You might have had a bit Tanya tinted glasses on, I think, to watch this. But as I say, I did enjoy a role in this as well. But you do get, obviously, when you've got a score of only 4.6 out of 10, you've got to get quite a few negatives, aren't you? So, I mean, the other extreme, if you like, the other look at a score, I've got a 1 out of 10 here. As I said, I tend to ignore 1 out of 10s and 10 out of 10s because nothing can be either, well, things can be that bad. I've refused to mark things in the past because they've been that bad, but here we go. 1 out of 10. Mac Core on the 2nd of August 2020 wrote, just everything about this screams B-movie. Well, it is. I mean, it's not hiding the fact, and the B-movies these days are getting quite good. Anyway, carry on from this. Like, the only thing that got attention was the CGI sharks acting awful characters you wish die even early on. Cheesy all over. And the ending scene, not that super smart. Giant bull sharks are believable, but I actually roll my eyes with the floating wardrobe scene. Seriously? All in all, I genuinely feel like I wasted nearly 2 hours of my life. So there you go. You get the two options there, the gambit, don't you? If you think back to movie game nostalgia, I mean, Deep Blue Sea itself, from 1999 that came out, it's only got a 5.9 rating currently as I'm doing this on IMDB, Internet Movie Database. 5.9. I'll say it's one of, apart from Jaws, it's one of my favourite shark films. Deep Blue Sea. Deep Blue Sea 2, as I said, which I've not watched, and I will still watch it, even though obviously it's only getting a 3.3 on IMDb. But this actually gets a 4.6, so as most people have agreed, it is an actual improvement on number 2. But yeah, I'm still going to watch number 2. I'm still going to take that chance. I haven't, as I said, this... obviously going into this movie, I didn't know much about it. I thought obviously I'd remember things from the second one, but I knew absolutely nothing because the last one I watched was the first one, so I watched it 3 or 4 times, the first one. As a straight to streaming DVD title, yeah, it is throwaway silly stuff. Tanya Raymond originally obviously in Lost and more recently in Goliath, yeah, does a really good job in the lead, but the rest of the characters are pretty average in my opinion. I wasn't particularly that bothered about any of them, and the only one I didn't want to get eaten by the sharks was Tanya, to be honest with you. I couldn't care less if any of the others ended up as shark food. It didn't really bother me. If you don't go into this expecting too much, then it's okay. I mean, it's very silly, but I mean, there's some good effects. I mean, it's not bad CGI. There's a little bit of money spent on it. I mean, there's some dodgy CGI, but it's a bit of a mishmash. Some works, some doesn't, and sometimes the sort of things that are supposed to make you jump actually make you laugh more than jump, but that's probably how it should be with these shark films. You take them with a pinch of salt or a pinch of salt water, don't you? As with any shark movie, it's greatest to the weakest. It's all about the climax. It's all about this builds and whether the climax is daft or silly. It doesn't matter. It's got to have a climax. I think this is a pretty good climax. I know someone pulled it apart before, but I liked the climax. I thought it was very, very good, and it was a good finish. Obviously, as ever, leaves it open for yet another sequel. But there you go. It felt a little too long for me. It did feel a bit too long. An hour and nearly 40 minutes. Obviously take out the credits, yeah, but if you could have not say 15-20 minutes of the verbal out of it, it probably would have been a lot better film. And yeah, there are many worse shark films out there. I mean, I mentioned Sharknado earlier on, didn't I? But obviously there's a lot of these shark. I do like the piranha films and things like that. So I do like them in a funny way. But I'm not going to give it. I can't give it a 6 out of 10 because it's not that good. But I will give it one of those ratings where I don't want to put you off watching it if you do like these silly shark movies. As I said, don't expect too much, please. Don't have any great expectations, and hopefully you won't be too disappointed. As I said, a bit too much verbal at times. It could have been a bit shorter. So I'm going to give it a MGM rating of 5.5 out of 10, which, if you know me, is one where I'm saying, yeah, I'm not going to put you off. Not that I'll put you off watching it anyway. If you want to watch it, you'll watch it, won't you? But yeah, I'll give it a 5.5, and I'm going to go back and watch Deep Blue Sea 2. I won't leave a rating for that one because you've probably all seen it and laughed about it anyway, so I won't go on for that. The poster, well, it's a bit boring for a shark, but I do like a good shark poster. Deep Blue Sea poster, I've still got some of those actually. That's an excellent poster. But obviously this one, yeah, I'm gonna give it the same score as the movie. I'm gonna give it, it's okay. It's got a big sharp scob on it, right? With someone who's got a bit lucky, you know. It doesn't look great. It's not the greatest effect, is it? It doesn't exactly look part of the same thing, does it? It looks as though it's just been photoshopped and all out of context. But I'll give the poster 5.5 out of 10. Yeah, it's out on the 24th of August. I thought I had the date somewhere, but I hadn't actually noted it down. So Deep Blue Sea 3 is out to buy on the 24th of August at a ridiculously cheap $6.99, and you may even be able to get it a little bit cheaper than that as well. But yeah, that's my little look at Deep Blue Sea 3. Hope you enjoyed that. Please check my links. And if you can have a look at moviegamenostalgia.com, my little website for old rare DVDs, movie posters from the 90s and 2000s, and some board games on there as well, that'd be absolutely fantastic. My thumbs up to you. And please, if you can leave me a thumbs up as well. If you're still watching, please leave a thumbs up. It's nice to get views, but it's nice to get thumbs up as well. And let me know what you think if you've seen Deep Blue Sea 3. And you won't put me off. Don't comment about Deep Blue Sea 2 saying how rubbish it is. I'm going to watch it anyway, so and I'll probably enjoy it because, as I said, I do like these. But I'm not going to give them silly scores. Obviously, as you can see, I've only given this 5.5, but I do like these silly sharp films, I must admit, and it's my fault. I've seen quite a few good ones since the obviously the best. Obviously, you've got to compare everything to Jaws, haven't you? But I like all the Jaws films, so there you go. That sums it up, doesn't it? That gives you a view of me anyway and what I think of these sort of films. Anyway, thanks for watching. What we're going to do the rest of the day. Have a great one. Look after yourselves, look after your friends, look after your family. Look after each other. And so you join me again for another movie review or TV drama review or an information vlog in the near future. This is Bird saying goodbye for now. Please stay safe, everyone. I'll see you again soon. Bye-bye.